Hello all you hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? It's Big Porky here, the voice of hardcore boxing. And I've got a special treat for you today. We are joined by Ron Lyle. How are you doing, Ron?
Good morning, Russell.
Are you alright?
Thank you, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you, on time as usual.
Well, some people have to fit 1 or 2 meetings in, even Donald Trump. Fits a few meetings in before he comes to the main man.
Yeah. Straight down to business then. We've had 10 days or so to digest the show that got an 8 out of 10 rating in KO magazine. So how did you think it went?
Just another smashing show, but I think they were a little bit... We upped the ante a bit as regards the level of the whole show put together, even the weighing. We did it with G Casino, and I want to thank them for the support, and hopefully we have a long-term relationship with them. And they went out of their way to make us feel welcome, and all our customers and supporters and everybody involved in the boxing show. They made everybody feel very, very welcome, and we'll be back.
Yeah. Backing up a little bit to beginning at the show, how did you think? And this kid don't get a lot. This kid doesn't get a big mention like the others. Kane Salvin. I know we talk about Tyrone, Josh Whale, Tommy Frank, because they're all like champions in their own right. Kane goes a little bit under the radar, but he's 4-0 now, and he's sort of coming of age, isn't he? What is he, 19, 20-year-old? He's only a kid, isn't he?
He's only young, yeah. It's the same again, yeah. You've just mentioned the word
under the radar. Under the radar, yeah.
And that's what we did. That's what we did with Clinton Woods. We've done it with 1 or 2 kids, and I think sometimes I tried it with Liam Cameron because you know, his family, his dad, and everybody, because he won an ABAs, they thought he'd won an Olympic gold. Now, a fantastic achievement winning an ABAs. I wish I'd got one, but they wanted the red carpet treatment, and then I get him on calendar, and I got him leading Clinton out for the world title, and got all sorts of publicity for him. And
Liam,
yeah. And I don't know if it went to his head a bit, and expectations, but he didn't fulfil his potential. And I think I did that, and maybe in hindsight it was a mistake, but you know, when you're trying to please a lot of people and, you know, build and some kids can handle it and some can't, but obviously Liam didn't handle it. Didn't handle all the publicity, and he didn't prepare properly conditioning wise. He didn't make weight on numerous occasions, and assuming for the fight, and he didn't perform like an former ABA champion for numerous fights, and ended up getting beat in a fight. I forgot it were. I don't know if it were a Dierico Ching fight. He lost to Jez Wilson in an area title fight. Just got totally outworked because he hadn't been conditioned, and mentally I don't think he was mature enough at that stage. But the kid could fight, but I just don't think mentally is the full package.
Yeah. Do you think, Dennis, that getting back to Liam, do you think that Liam, with being an ABA champion, and he did have quite a lot of publicity when he signed with us, didn't he? Because he was ABA champion. There were a lot of... I saw him on...
I got him a lot of publicity.
Yeah, he went back at Star a lot of times, wasn't he? Sheffield Star.
We got him a lot.
You think it put pressure on him? Having all that expectation?
They were asking, and his dad were beating a drum about it.
So saying he's no Clinton Woods and all that. Yeah, you think it might have just been a bit too much for him to carry?
Yeah, but that wasn't. That were his dad pushing it, and Chris Smedley wanted to push it, and Liam obviously wanted people to know him and to help him with his sponsorship and things like that. So we did it, and he didn't handle it. A lot of people do handle it, but he didn't. So you know, as a fighter, what you can ask for is try and get. It's priceless, the publicity. Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, Tommy's not getting maybe as much as he deserves, but we're working on that. We've got Sheffield United behind him. Sheffield United's flying high in the Premiership, so he's got a concentrated audience there. They've got probably 1 million followers on Twitter, Sheffield United, and their website. Yeah. So they'll start to tune in and hopefully back him like the supporters at Leeds have done with Josh Warrington, and Man City did with Ricky Hatton. So hopefully we make him a smaller version of Sheffield's answer to them 2 kids.
Yeah. So moving on from Liam Cameron then and Tommy Frank, we've spoke about Kane Salvi, and he's coming into his own now, but he's still a baby, isn't he? He's 4 now. He's only just coming out of his teenage years, isn't he? Looking at rest at stable, because it's getting big at the stable now, isn't it? Cash Ali's on board. What does he bring to the table, Dennis?
Well, he's an heavyweight. And there's always excitement with heavyweights, and there's a bit of controversy with him with his last fight against David Price, a high-profile fight. He were undefeated up to then, and then he has that one setback, getting disqualified, and a lot of people, his stock went down, and it doesn't make it easy to promote somebody like that, but. He's got a new regime. Richard Towers is training him now. I see a totally different persona. Richard's working on the physical side as well as the mental side, which I'm hopefully helping out with to get him focused. He seems focused now anyway, because I think he's kick up the backside and he's doing everything correctly and he's living like an athlete now. So I'm, a lot of people have asked why you're signing Cash Ali. Where do you think it improves you? But I think looking at him, I think it's a good punt, a calculated gamble, and it's one worth taking. And my dear pal Richard, I think he's doing a fantastic job with him, and I think he will do a fantastic job with him, like I said, mentally and physically. And I think we could surprise a few people.
He's pretty regimented, Richard, isn't he, in his training gym? I've seen him training with Cash. He's pretty strict as well, isn't he? Very strict.
So it's
Adam Booth's like that though, and he's very strict. There's no messing about.
Well, he learnt a lot from Adam Booth. Learnt a lot from obviously Brendan Ingle, and we're so he's got the experience. He's got experience in life, Richard. So he can pass that on to in a positive manner, his experiences to get the best out of somebody.
Yeah. Well, we're looking at putting Cash Ali in with Dennis on 29th of November then. Have you got any names?
There's a kid knocking about called Dillian, and there's a kid called Del Boy. I'm thinking about those two. He's coming back, so we'll look for somebody we're gonna get some rounds out of. And
they might meet down the line. Cash is coming up if they get a few. You know what I mean? You never know, do you?
Well, that's the plan, isn't it? That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. So we'd look any time soon. After a couple of fights, if David Price would fight him again, we'd look to do that, because I think he'd got the beating of David Price in that fight. But he didn't know what he was doing. His mind weren't 100% on job, and look what happened. He reverted to, in his mind, probably in a fight, and he started biting I don't know why he did it, but why did Gallotta from a winning position with Riddick Bowe
twice?
Why did he do that? Why did Tyson buy Evander Holyfield? And it's happened before.
Yeah,
it's happened before.
Derek Chisora did it, didn't he?
Chisora, and so it's happened before, but he come back and he learned from the experience. If you don't learn from a negative sort of occasion, then you're going nowhere. Cash has learned from that, I'm pretty sure, and I think we're going to benefit from that learning curve.
Yeah. Do you see Cash Ali headlining shows, Dennis, in future?
Yeah, very shortly, yeah.
Yeah? But not November 29th, no?
Well, I don't know, we'll look at it. It depends what sort of fight we get him in with. Yeah. Depends if we do a 8-rounder with him, something like that. He's, Tommy's probably going to be on that show. I don't know how many rounds he's going to do. I don't know what kind of fight he's going to be in.
Is Josh Whale going to be on it then?
Josh Whale's going to be in there, and I think in a meaningful fight, Josh. We've got
well, Josh Whale, isn't he?
Yeah, we've got Tyrone Nurse, who you can put in a good fight. So we've got options there. You've got 4 potential headliners there.
Yeah.
Which will make, and that last show, like you said, 8, 9 out of 10. I mean, the 2 main fights were absolutely crackers, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Brilliant fights, great TV fights, and it's the matchmaking. It's not just like people saying, but what about the records? Look, the best of all time have been beat at some stage in the career. Johnny Nelson lost. Did he lose his first 5? Some kids So it's just knowing who you're getting. You might have kids like who's so many I know, but they've never fought anybody, and like as soon as they fight somebody, they fall over. So the matchmaking on that show were excellent. It made for a fantastic show, and we know, ideally, like with Tommy Frank, that he can dig in against a tough kid who's a strong puncher, physically very, very strong. The kid was very experienced, even though as a boxer he'd only been fine as a boxer, but he'd been a kickboxer for many years, and a talented kickboxer. So he'd got a lot of experience in the ring, and it was a test for Tommy, and he answered a lot of boxers. And I know now that we've got a bit of everything with Tommy. He can dig it out. He can go through, maybe not because we're never in a crisis, but he can tough it out. He can move. He can go and stand toe to toe, and he can box and move. So he can do a bit of everything, and you saw that every bit of that in the fight. And all he's going to do from that fight and that experience is get better.
Do you think that a lot those people that were saying it was similar to Clinton against Crawford Ashley? Do you think they were that type of fight for him?
I don't think it was as much of a crisis as that.
No.
But I think it was fights where Clinton's been in European type fights where he fought out Juan, I think Lopez or Rubens. I forgot his name. The
Ola
kid from
Clementson fought him as well.
No, yeah, Ola Clementson, yeah, from Tenerife, and he were expected to do a number on him. He was probably maybe Clinton's toughest fight. He was banged up.
Tougher than Cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
maybe Clinton couldn't raise his game against that guy.
Yeah, maybe a bit of that, but it was a tough fight. He's had one or two tough as Sam Louis, who were like when he fought him at super middle stroke, like ever. He were only a blown up super middleweight or middleweight, and he buttled Clinton's knees, who got a granite chin on a Maloney show down at the Elephant Castle, and Clinton ended up turning the fight around and stopping him. But for a few rounds, it were a tough fight, a big puncher, and like Clinton's knees dipped.
Never.
Yeah, he didn't touch down, but like it was a bit of he had to come through that. He's done a few. There's certain fights and fighters. I mean, like Jimmy McDonald against Stephen Jamoy. That was touch and go. It were a majority decision, I think, that fight. That was in Doncaster. So we've been in some.
He's had some lucky ones, Jamie, when they've been close, hasn't he?
So you get them, and for me, we'd just done enough. Tommy had just done enough, but I were happy to get through that fight. Have a look what he's got in his makeup, and he answered a lot of questions and ticked a lot of boxes for me tonight. Yes. Where I know we can go to that next level with him.
Yeah. Josh Whale, Dennis. There's been a lot of social media talk, people saying he should fight so and so and so and so.
Organisation fight.
People saying he should fight Gavin McDonnell on forums and on Twitter and that.
But that's Gavin, isn't it? He wanted the fight, more or less saying we aren't naming his name because Josh is the only featherweight we've got, and he asked me if I'd get him any featherweight. It was just obviously a bit of a wind up, but I said, yeah, we'll make that fight. And then I don't know whether it's to do with his management that they don't want it, but he could get well paid for that within reason, because it's a local fight. We'd pay him as much as possible, more than he's getting now for sure, and we'd make that fight. But I don't think they want it now. And well, at the end of the day, it's a business. I've never had a wrong word with Gavin. Josh and him probably get on okay, but it's a business.
Respect there, isn't there?
Bit of respect. Why don't they both get well paid? And it's not in anybody's career if the other one gets beat, and maybe we do it again if it's such a good fight and get paid again.
Do you see that being a headline fight, Dennis, in Barnsley, Gavin against Josh Whale?
I'd put it on television, that, yeah. Sell it out.
Main thing I wanted to bring up here, we've got obviously somebody who came to the show, Stig. He's gone on social media and he's saying that he thinks Tyrone Nurse and Anthony Tomlinson's a great fight. Do you agree with that, Dennis? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think. But if Anthony wanted it, definitely we'd do it. It's boxing. I like Anthony a lot. He started at my gym. And we've another one, never a wrong word. I'm pleased to see how well he's doing.
You're doing all right, Anthony, isn't he?
Yeah, sells a lot of tickets. It's exciting to watch because he can dig. He's a good-looking kid.
Yeah.
So he'll like me for saying that. But you know, at some stage,
he fancies himself, doesn't he, Dan?
Yeah, but you've got to have a little bit of.
Yeah, he's got that bit of swagger about him.
Yeah, you've got to have a little bit of that. So, same again. Me and Anthony's never had a wrong word, and like we've always got a smile for each other. So I'm glad he's doing well, and I'm glad he's just starting to knock on the door.
Yeah.
Now him and Tyrone Nurse. Why don't we make it? But nobody's gonna if they don't want to do it. If they don't want to do it, I'm not bothered. But like if they do, let's do it. And let's get a packed house, because when you're a fighter, you want to be a memorable fight.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe Tyrone's, you know, he's very experienced, but he's fresh. Anthony.
Yeah.
Nobody knows still how good Anthony can be.
Jury's out, innit? So, on a proper test. Yeah.
No, but like with Tommy, I don't know how good he can be.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how good Anthony can be until you get in tests. Then you don't know how good you can be. Yeah. So it's interesting. Yeah, if he wants to do that fight, we'll do it and put it on a television show. Be a cracking fight, I think.
Yeah. Would it headline that, Dennis?
Yeah, I think so. The other headline will be a co-feature on a biggest show.
Yeah, a chief support on a big show.
No, co-feature.
Co-featuring. Yeah. Or joint top.
Yeah. Let's do something like that. I think it's a smashing fight. That could do that in Sheffield if they wanted to, or Barnsley, wherever they want to. Not a problem.
Tyrone would be up for that, wouldn't he?
I'd hope so, because like he's getting at the stage of his career. He can't pick and choose. He ain't got to. He can't wait about. We've got to get him in with some decent sized fights, and that's another good fight.
Yeah.
And I think it should sell well, but we'll make sure they both get paid as well as possible. Yeah. And let's make it a good fight and get people talking about him.
Yeah.
With a run up to it, and then after saying we thought it was a great fight, and wasn't it?
Well, that video that Stig put out did 30,000 views, saying he thinks it's a good fight, and Tommy and Sonny is a good fight as well. What do you think to that, Dennis? Tommy against Sonny?
This is a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make it for something a bit more meaningful, but I want to do it.
Yeah. Cause
and I know Francis wants to do it. He spoke to me before.
Yeah.
Tommy will fight anybody.
Can we just say that, because I get a lot of, obviously I get emails and people are not very kind with the words. Dennis has just said there, he wants to make Dennis, do you want to make the Tommy Frank fight against Sonny Edwards? Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go.
But I want to make it for something more meaningful, quite meaningful. We're getting there. And I think it's on the cards very, very soon, where they both get as well paid as possible. Yeah,
so in fights there has to be a good guy, Dennis, and there has to be a bad guy, don't there?
And who's a bad guy?
Well, out of Sonny and Tommy, it's not hard to work out who's going to be villain, is it? Didn't mean that, Sonny. Don't take it personally, but
I think give
me a message later, Sonny.
He's
going to play villain. He's not bothered about that, Sonny.
Yeah,
he is likeable though, then, isn't he?
I'm told by a lot of people he's likeable. Richard likes him. He likes Charlie, and I think there's nothing wrong with bigging a fight up and calling kids out. And
so Stig's done no wrong. I'm calling for a fight on his Twitter. He's a fan, isn't he?
But I'm on about Sonny.
Oh yeah.
So he wants to fight. He wants to be in big fights himself. Exactly what I've said, and he's doing it, Sonny. And I ain't got nothing wrong with that. I think I don't see nothing wrong with that. Let's do it. Tommy's saying the right things. He'll fight anybody, but I'm doing it. I'm looking from a common sense point of view. Let's do it for them both, because they're both quality fighters.
Yeah.
Where it's going to be for something mean, and we're making, and they're both making some reasonably good money, and that's what I want to try and help them do. Well, especially Tommy, because he's with us, but hopefully Sonny will get good money because he's with a big promoter as well. So let's do it for something meaningful. But I want to do it, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Right, we spoke earlier on. I'm not going to mention what we spoke about because we don't like to share our ideas. But as regards fighters at lower weights not getting paid, so we'll work that angle. Do you agree with the small lads not getting as much as the big lads, because they're all personalities, aren't they? They're putting their lives on line.
Yeah, but it's an hard in that, Ross, because you want boxers. I wish boxers could get as much as footballers.
Yeah,
but it doesn't happen because like football's pulls all the back pages out of the nationals. They get all the publicity. It's just sometimes it's the national game. Boxing's popular in this country, but the lower weights and the lesser down the scale, they work it as well as boxing.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, and they have to be subsidised either by sponsorship or selling tickets.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. The lesser weights historically have never earned as much as the big guys. Historically, never. Unless you're a Sugar Ray Leonard or a Duran and stuff like that. I mean, the welterweights, yeah. But like, unless you say, but further down the pecking order, they don't get as well paid. And especially like the flies and super flies and bantam. Unless you've got a Nazim Ahmed who were at featherweight, who were flamboyant.
You get one-offs, don't you?
You get one-offs because they've got that crossover. They appeal to the public. The public will pay to watch them, so they become a commodity. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to do with Tommy, and hopefully Sonny gets that. So when they fight, it's a smaller version of a Ben Eubank. That's what everybody wants to try and create.
Yeah.
And as close as you can get to get them as much money as possible, that's what you do. I don't think you should throw them in straight away. But it's getting close now, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's getting close now.
Well, I'm glad, like, because I just want to see lads get paid. I think that, well,
they get paid. They don't not get paid.
I mean,
but you mean
properly paid.
You mean properly paid?
Like
but
some others
but where does it come from, Russ?
Well,
where's the money
obviously,
come from?
we need to get them out there. Fans, it comes from fans' money, doesn't it? And commercially and
television.
And
if they're willing to pay them kind of fights, it comes down to how many viewers
they're going to watch it. Yeah.
And it all comes down to commerciality.
Yeah.
So if there's only 100,000 people watch that fight,
yeah,
but then there's 2 or 3 million people watch an heavyweight fight,
yeah,
who's going to get well paid?
Heavyweights.
So
just don't seem fair, does it? That's all.
But why? But if people aren't tuning in, Russell, they can't get paid that much.
I know. Yeah, I know.
It's nobody's fault, and people will look at a promoter or a manager and say, "Well, how come they haven't got as much as them?" Well, if the people aren't willing to pay to watch, the money's not there.
Yeah.
Where's it coming from?
Yeah, I see what you mean. There's like a hierarchy, isn't there, then? Heavyweight, you know, like the old glamour division. I spoke with Jimmy Tibbs about this, and in olden days there were 7 divisions, weren't there? Heavyweight, light heavy, middle, welter, going down lightweight, and we've ended up with these other divisions that we've added on to make it more attractive. We've gone from 7 to 17, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, all right. Then I'm just going to finish off on Kell Brook's situation with John Fuchs. What do you think to that situation, Dennis?
In what respect?
He's gone back to Dominic Ingle. So
I think he's. I don't know. I don't think he knows what he's doing himself.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit mixed up. I think he's missing the boat. He could have been, and I could have helped him make a couple of big fights where he got well paid. But he's got some obviously advisors around him, and he's not making the right decisions himself. He's gone back to Dominic. Fair enough, but he only had one fight with Fuke, and Fuke is he's going to be a quality trainer, and he's been there, done it himself.
Yeah.
His amateurs, or our amateurs, are starting to make amends now. Make moves forward, and we're starting to win local titles as amateurs. We've only been together 18 months.
Yeah.
So he's building a nice stable there, and it's a nice family atmosphere. So mark my words, in the next couple of years you'll see 1 or 2 pros coming out of our gym with UK.
Yeah.
And he'll be growing them from the grassroots. And who knows what's going to pop up from.
I feel for Fuke because I think sometimes nice guys don't always get the rub of the green at the beginning of the career.
Yeah, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy, but he's got an edge. He'll only stand for so much, John. He's not. Don't underestimate Fuke. He's got an edge to him. People can only push Fuke so long and so far, and he'll bite back. So
yeah. Well, I think that I'm just going to finish off on this. I want to ask you what your opinion is on this. Now, the kid who Kell Brook fought, Michael Sarifis, or whatever he's called, he's just beat Jeff Horn who beat Manny Pacquiao, and Kell Brook went 12 rounds with him, or 10 rounds. We went distance with him, didn't he? Now, I think that people are being harsh, and I think Dominic Ingle were harsh when he said Kell didn't look himself, and
a bit of sour grapes when he'd left him.
After the fight,
he'd left him. He's come back, and like you just said, the kid has just beat Jeff Horn. Kell almost had him out of there in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Then obviously he started to drag on the fight, but he got another 12 rounds out of it. And they say, oh, he weren't at his best, but that kid were obviously not as bad as.
Was it 10 or 12 rounds? I forget.
I can't remember.
He went distance, didn't he?
He went the distance, but he weren't as bad as what people thought. And it weren't. Obviously, it's proved now it weren't just a knockover type job.
They were an hard fight.
They were, so good fight, and like it's good preparation for him to be in a big fight.
Yeah.
Because what Kell needs now is big fights. He gets to that level. He's been a world champion. He's been up there for a few years now. He don't want to be fighting like in eliminator after eliminator or takeover fights, because how's he going to get up? So the potential banana skins.
Yeah, he's just done an interview though, Kell, and he said that he's going to come back at 147 now. But Eddie Hearn said that it was dangerous for him to fight at 147, and that safety is paramount. So they went to 160, then 154. But now they're saying he's going to fight at 147.
Yeah, well, you've just been an accountant, I think, there, Eddie.
Yeah. So if Kell fights at 147, he's not going to be strong, is he? Because he don't feel strong at that weight, he was saying.
Well,
I know, yeah.
Politicians lie in their own country, so.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But we wish him well, don't we, then?
I'm not opposed to him.
But do you see Khan against Brook happening, Dennis?
It's been going on. It's a shame, and it's
been talked about for 8 years now.
Yeah, it's people round him that's 100% made that not happen.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Khan didn't wanted to fight Kell. I'm not 100% sure that Khan did want to fight him.
Yeah.
But the people round haven't helped, because if there's nowhere else to go, if Khan hasn't got options, which he's managed to do in Saudi Arabia, but that fight should have happened 5 years ago, and we could have helped it along, helped make that. But just like I said, there's been people in and around them two fighters who's not helped the situation, and that fight should have happened. It should have happened last year, again, and it's losing its sparkle.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking now, two kids who's just about past the sell-by date, and they're looking for paydays. Yeah, I'd watch it. Of course, I'd watch it, and a lot of people would. But it's lost a lot of its sparkle.
Sky had put it out there as a great fight, wouldn't they?
Of course, well, a lot of them would, but like, would you say it's lost its sparkle?
A lot. Max Kellerman and Roy Jones said it's gone past its sell-by date, but Max Kellerman went on to say that Kell Brook, when he won the title, these are the people that have had the title around Kell's era: Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, Tim Bradley, Paulie Malignaggi. The list goes on and on and on. We've had a world title, and who is Kell Brook's best win?
Sean Porter.
Sean Porter. And who's his second best win? Frankie Gavin. He's not been handled correctly, has he? Well, what's he doing in with a guy at 160 pound who's a killer?
I didn't like that fight. I thought it was dangerous, and it was, and he could have fought Khan before that.
Yeah. So, alright then, well, thanks for tuning in. Keep watching the channel. We've got big things lined up, and that's about it really. Keep on trucking, keep supporting boxing. November the 29th is the next show for Dennis Hobson Promotions at Ponsford.
Be there.
Cash Alley, Josh Taylor, Tommy Frank, Tyrone Nurse.
Josh Whale, not Josh.
Josh Whale, sorry. Mick Whale will strangle me for that. Tyrone Nurse, Cash Alley, Kane Salvin,
Sophie Ahmed,
we've got a list of
Nathan
Owens,
Tyrone Nurse. So yeah, there's some good kids there.
Some good kids there. So all you people who keep saying you're hardcore,
Tommy Frank.
Super Tommy Frank. All them people who are saying you're hardcore boxing fans and you keep emailing me, great you are, but I want to be shaking your hands, don't I, at the shows. Come and see me and let's have a pint, alright? Show me that you're hardcore, don't talk about it, because there's talkers and there's salt and vinegar walkers. Alright? Peace out.
Well done, bro.
That one.
Right, I guess.
Well, you know, I've still got it, Anna.
Well, come on, why?
Who's the big daddy?